Welcome everyone, I am Kevin, your failed journalist, and I'm on a walk. I am on a walk. Some of you may be aware that I've been sick for a while, and one of the things that has been recommended by the doctors is more walking, which I used to. Pandemic started and I got a little lazy, along with a lot of other people. As you see, I am wearing my diaper mask. I'm wearing it this way so that should we come across someone, we can quickly put it on, but otherwise it's not necessary for the face to be covered during this walk. So anyway, I figured, hey, while I'm doing a walk, maybe we can, spend a little bit of time together, just talking about things. And, some bad news for the movie theater industry today. Well, two major stories, actually. The first, which wasn't entirely unexpected but still disappointing, is that the new James Bond movie has been delayed till April. Hey, buddy. There's a dog. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a dog there. And that was definitely disappointing. One that I got emails about was that AMC pretty much said that, hey, look, we have enough liquidity to survive basically for 6 more months. Hey, buddy. I'm getting a lot of dogs chasing me today. So, has been sending emails about was that AMC has announced that they have enough liquidity, aka money, to survive for about 6 more months. After that, who knows what happens. This is actually kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't know if that's less ridiculous, but whatever. And after 6 months, they will have no money unless they can get more capital raised or if business improves. I'm actually have a little bit more faith that business might improve before they get more of an influx of cash, but that's just me. Now, since this has been made known, the question remains, what does AMC do if they if they can't pay their bills? What do they do? If 6 months comes and attendance has not improved, which I think it will improve at least a little, maybe not to the extent that they need it to, but it will improve. And or they can't get capital. So, here's the thing. If you care about the theaters, I would keep that A-list account. They need it. For some people, it's all about them. Like, I'm not seeing movies right now. I see it like, I've saved hundreds of dollars. If I have to pay 1 or 2 months where I'm not seeing anything, oh well. But that's a different topic. So what happens if, I've said this a few times. Let's get to the point. 6 months comes around. Let's say nothing improves. AMC or bankruptcy. That's pretty much what's going to happen. And now here's the thing. Some people might assume that would be the end of the movie theater chain. It's not. Well, it depends which kind of bankruptcy they file for. There's 2 types of bankruptcy. There is Chapter 7, which is you're done. You don't think you can actually rebound or anything like that. So, hi Ryan. You've given liquidate your assets. Then there's Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is where you file for bankruptcy, but you try to restructure. You say, we plan to continue to be in business. We will restructure our business, and we will come out, smelling like roses in the end. Now then, sorry folks, I'm in a busy corner, in case you can't tell. If AMC has to file for bankruptcy in 6 months, and they might have to, it's looking more and more likely that they will have to, they will almost certainly file for Chapter 11. Because most companies do that. Because movie theaters, unlike some businesses, can survive even during the pandemic. They've got their social distancing. People who go to the theater say that it's very safe, or they feel safe, I should say. And so there's still a business to be had there. And of course, movie theaters, do make money. Before the pandemic, everyone went to the movies. Once the pandemic is over, people will still want to go to the movies. Soup Plantation filed for Chapter 7 because it's very hard for a buffet to be profitable under the current restrictions that they have. And those restrictions, how should I put this? Those restrictions are going to be around for a little while. And Soup Plantation decided, you know what? Nope, we're not going to do it. But AMC could do it. So here's what AMC is trying to do. They are trying to avoid, for as long as they can, filing for bankruptcy. Because Chapter 11 bankruptcy is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's more like a stay of execution. You are allowed to operate for several months. The courts look at your book, your assets, what you're going to do differently, and then they determine whether or not you get to stay in business. And if they decide you stay in business, they forgive your debts. If they decide you do not stay in business, then they sell the assets and they pay off whoever you owe money to with what you can sell. Now then, there are cases where big companies have filed for Chapter 11 have come out swinging. Like, for example, Six Flags, when they filed for Chapter 11, they did so because they were under crushing debt. They were under crushing debt. They didn't know how to pay it off. So they filed for Chapter 11. They restructured a little bit, maybe sold a couple theme parks. Courts decided they were still worth keeping around, paid their debt, and then Six Flags did better than they ever did before. I anticipate that would be a very similar thing to happen with AMC. Because here's the thing, AMC did not do anything wrong to warrant what's currently going on. They did have some debt, but they were starting to be profitable. They pulled on smart debt to invest in A-list, to invest in better theaters, and things were working out pretty darn good for them, to be honest. They had finally started to turn a profit, and then the pandemic hit. And once the pandemic hit, that was it. That was absolutely it. And their problems, that's where their problems started. So, here's what's going to happen in 6 months if both of these things come to pass. That the attendance does not increase and they can't get any more liquidity. They're going to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They will be allowed to operate for most of the year. At that point, we should start seeing movies like Black Widow and The Kingsman and, James Bond, A Quiet Place 2. We'll start seeing those movies come out. At that point, business will improve. And that will be the perfect timing where the courts can look and they can see with honesty that, hey, business is improving. Business is improving, and as a result, we are going to grant you a stay. We're going to pay your debts. You get a clean slate, a clean, fresh start, and you're on your way. I suspect a lot of businesses will have to do this in the next year, because unfortunately, the pandemic didn't just do a number on AMC; it did a number on a lot of these companies, and a lot of these companies found their businesses destroyed, and they're unable to operate, and they didn't do anything wrong. It was just a bad luck of the draw. So, not great news for movie theaters today, and
I'm definitely, it's worrisome. But keep in mind, bankruptcy, unless it's Chapter 7, is not the end. And I'm still thinking AMC will pull out of it. We've already seen from the movie studios that they've pretty much admitted that streaming is not profitable enough for them. Sure, Robert Zemeckis' The Witches is coming to HBO Max. I don't know why. That movie looks inexpensive enough, honestly, that they could have released it, made $10-15 million, and then a couple months later on streaming and made a little bit more money. I don't know why they didn't just drop that in theaters. There's nothing else playing right now, so, except for Tenet, which is awesome. If you haven't seen Tenet, I definitely recommend it. I'll see it a second time. So that's what I think is going to happen with AMC. Thank you for spending some time on this walk with me. If you aren't subscribed, it would mean a lot if you subscribed right now, maybe left a thumb up for the video. And I'll be doing another live stream on my other channel, the Apptrepreneur, sometime tonight, maybe around 9:30, I don't know. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, for watching, for all your support, and I will see you later.